Get this thing rolling here. Got something to share with you. Give me a second here. I wasn't planning to come on this early, so let me just get that straight. I was gonna do this tonight because tonight we had the Barclays, so I'm gonna keep that going. But I had a conversation today, and I said, man, since I got Periscope rolling, you know, why not go for it? Don't forget, guys, get those likes, give me those hearts. I appreciate that. So anyway, so I had a conversation with two people today. Both of those individuals were in two different places of business. Okay, so one of them was a 9-year, and they got started about 2 months ago in their business. They're, you know, in college and everything. So let me address the struggling network marketer first. Let me address that person first. So the struggling one calls me and says, I'm ready to go. You know, you need to stop. Okay? And here's what I mean stop. You need to stop and reevaluate exactly why you're doing it at the same pace you've been doing it for this long. Like, you really have to stop and reevaluate your time, your energy, your money. You have to stop and reevaluate what you're doing with your friends, what you're doing, you know, with your team members, because you have to say to yourself at some point, this has got to start generating something for me. If I'm really putting in this energy and effort, it's gotta produce something for me. Okay, so this is now where you have to start with coming up with a game plan. So I'm gonna give you a quick game plan for people who are struggling. The first thing is you need to get 3 people, re-engage yourself, get 3 people on board with what it is you're about to do. See, if you are building a business of any sort, I don't care what it is, if you can't get 3 people to roll with you, you can't get 3 people to do anything with you, right? 1, that's effort. 2, that's saying something, okay? So you've got to remember that if you're getting started in anything, you know, we'll talk about the new person in a second. If you're new to network marketing, is different than if you're in network marketing for a long time and you're struggling. A lot of the times, it's a lot about your effort. You know, are you putting in the right effort to what it is that you have going on? So we're going to start by just really just tapping into that. The most consistent thing I've seen why people struggle is because of a lack of order in their business schedule. So most people are not running a business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick checkpoint. And this is some homework. I'm going to give you some homework for the struggle, okay? So here's the homework. I'm going to give you, you got to grade yourself, okay? So you're going to grade yourself from 1 to 10, 1 being the least, okay? 10 being the most. Do you have a calendar on a scale of 1 to 10? Do you have a calendar exclusively for your business? Meaning not a general calendar where you put everything that you're doing. I'm talking about you got your own calendar, and that calendar is specifically geared for whatever it is you are doing, okay? So that calendar now needs to reflect only the activities of your business over the course of the next, and let's just say, that what do we have here? About another 8 days for the month. So we'll just use this month, okay? We're not even gonna go any more than that, okay? So you're gonna use, okay, this is, I'm telling you, this is your homework, okay? If you get this, listen, if you get this, this will be the first major step to getting you to make 6 figures in whatever it is you're doing. Now, granted, I can talk very specifically about one particular company, but I'm not gonna do that. So what you wanna do is grade yourself. First thing you're grading yourself on. Do you have a calendar exclusively for what it is that you're doing that has nothing else on it? I'm not talking about what you do daily, family, friends, kids, nothing. It just says today. Today is Thursday. On your business calendar for what you're doing, what's on the calendar? What's going on today? So I'm going to give you a quick one between today and next week, okay? So now, between today and next week, what does that look like? So on a scale of 1 to 10, what does that look like? Now, if you don't have a calendar that's geared just for that, then that's a 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. All right? So we got that. Next thing, okay? If you're going to grade yourself in reference to activities between today and, let's say, next week, Thursday, I think that's the end of the month, grade yourself from 1 to 10, again, on if you meet the qualifications of contacting at least 5 to 10 new people just to create new relationships, a new foundation, right? So that's your grading yourself there, okay? So you're grading yourself on your calendar, okay? You're grading yourself on your activities per day. Now, from a consumer standpoint, your customer standpoint, okay? If you even have customers, if you have customers, you know, it's different. So if you have customers, what I want you to look at now is, when was the last time you reached out to your customers to see how they were doing, or to invite them to something that didn't have to do with them purchasing a product for you at all? So when was the last time? How are you over the course of the next couple of days? You can look at the last couple of weeks of this month, but definitely the next couple of days. You can grade yourself and fix that number, okay? So you want to know, from a scale of 1 to 10, you want to grade yourself, how well are you connecting with your customers in reference to getting to know who they are, in reference to getting to know what they like, or even, are you friends? Do your customers even like you? You should probably check that, because there's a lot of people out there that your customers don't even like you. They don't like you, okay? They liked you in the beginning, but that's as far as it went. I gotta get that. I'll get back to that. So that's what I want you to do. So your homework is gonna be to get a gauge of, on a scale of 1 to 10, your calendar. If you don't have a calendar that's geared to your business, it's a 0. So let me just get that out the way now. But if you do have a calendar that is just geared for the activities in your business, then look at what you've done over the last week, and then grade yourself from 1 to 10, and then work on it from this week to next week to increase the number if it's not where you want it to be, okay? So you got to have that calendar. Second thing, on a scale of 1 to 10, are you reaching out and touching base with at least 5 to 10 people per day? Per day, okay? So I want you to look at from the beginning of the month to now, and then I want you to look at from today next week. So from today to the end of the month, you can then finish what you're doing by regrading yourself. Okay, I had a 2 for the whole month, but the last week, oh man, I killed it. The last week, I went hard. So yeah, so that's pretty much, you got it, Shanny, that's it. Activities going on to build new relationships. Correct. Now, what I want you guys to also look at now is, for yourselves, if you have an event coming up, are you already registered? Are you already there? Because if you're not there, not gonna get the job done. Because if you're not committed, all the people who you want to invite can't get committed, okay? So those are some things for the struggle. If you're in the struggle right now, things ain't moving, you're trying to get things going again, boom, get yourself in gear, figure out what you need to do. You already know what you need to do, you're just being lazy about it, but you got to get yourself back in gear. Now, for the new networker, I'm talking the fresh one. I'm talking, man, you excited, you just got it, you don't even know what's going on. The new person who has not really tarnished most of their list or most of the people that they know, that new person, if you're here or you're going to see this, I'm going to tell you right now, make sure you are 100% behind whatever the hell you're about to start talking about, okay? Get behind it 100%. If you got any questions, get them cleared. You don't understand how you get paid, understand it. You don't like how you get paid, get used to it. Because this is something like defending your territory. Because that's basically what it is. Whatever you got, you are defending your territory. So you better make sure that you do that. You better make sure that you can defend that. Second thing is, you've got to launch. I'm going to give you guys a quick story on what I would do if I would get launched, or anytime I've launched, whenever I've launched something, okay? When it comes to a launch, you've got to make sure, that's right. If you guys don't know, we got this bum sauce movement. Siobhan actually has incentivized me in some way to get the no bum sauce t-shirts made. That might happen. That might happen. So yeah, so what I did is I launched crazy, okay? So I got started. What I do is, people say make a list of 100, right? Oh, make a list of this, make a list of this. It don't work. 100 isn't a launch, okay? 100 is getting started. You want to get to work? You want to get to real work? Y'all ain't ready to get to real work. I'm going to tell you what you need to do to get to real work. Before you even get going, before you even start, you really are now pushing in the ballpark of 300 to 500 names to start. And that's hand to paper. That's that list. You've got to think about business, and what most businesses have is, most businesses understand how to continue to get new customers, how to continue to get new people for business every month, because it's every month you're trying to get new customers, new business, right? What a lot of people do is they get this first list of people, they never run through them, so they spend the whole career, the whole time working on this group of people. That's all they got. I got 15 people, I got 100 people, I got whatever, okay? What you've got to do is you've got to step out of that group ASAP, and to do that, you have to put in place how you are going to reach out to these people and get to new people every 30 days. So you have to come in. If you're a new, and even for the struggle one, this is if it's new or the struggle, it doesn't matter. You can then look at the first of every month, okay? You want to look at the beginning of every month. And what I want you to do is make sure you identify, one, how are you going to communicate with the older people, okay? How are you going to get to the older people, the people that you already had? Two, how are you going to connect with the new people this month, and set a number? That number, that magic number, if you're trying to get things rolling, you're trying to get it moving, is at least 50. At least 50. Now, you're going to hear all these other numbers, but when you're targeting a certain group of people, most people, if you're not even organized, you can't even understand managing 10 new people a month. That's why most of the businesses aren't growing to that point, right? So you want to make sure that you get at least 50 people a month. And remember, I told you guys yesterday, those of y'all that were on yesterday, I showed y'all on my Facebook how I continue to reach out to new people every month. You know, how I go on Facebook to do that. So I get that every single month, okay? Now, that number of 50 every month is 50 minimum brand new. Now, if you're, this is new. Remember, if you're brand new, a lot of these numbers might scare you. So you got to understand, the struggle people, not even talking to 10 people every 2 months. I mean, no new names are getting on the list. Most of the struggle people, here's how you know you're struggling. Here's how you know you're struggling. If you can remember your last contact, if you can really remember your last set of contacts, like, yeah, I spoke to 3 people and these are their names. If that's all you got, you're in the struggle. Okay? I'm just telling you right now. If you are building anything and you can remember, and your last set of contacts are like 3 people that you're like, yeah, man, I remember I spoke to Julie and this guy Jose and Troy, yeah, I don't know, whatever, somebody else, right? What's gonna happen is that you are in the struggle. You are 1 or 2 missed contacts a month from being put on our bum sauce list, okay? I'm sorry, that's what it is, okay? You do not want to be on the bum sauce list, okay? The bum sauce list is basically it's a conglomerate of people who basically are putting on a front to say they did certain things, but really their activity levels are not showing the same thing. Okay, so their activity levels are saying something completely different. Okay, because there's no activity, there's no new names, there's no new numbers, there's nobody being added. But when they talk to people or when they show up, you know, at different events, or, you know, when it's time to look nice, they're telling people all the stuff you're supposed to do. You know, oh yeah, like I'm retired. But, you know, like I said, those of you who follow me on Facebook, you know, so I got a little upset the other day because everyone's talking about retirement, and, you know, they just unemployed. They just home, not working, or living with their moms in the basement somewhere, not paying rent, not paying rent, and drinking up all their orange juice. It's just disrespectful. They just drinking up people's orange juice and not working, talking about you retired. So, all right, cool. Back to business. Because like I said, I just wanted to hop on real quick. Don't forget, 6:15, 6:20, we on the Barclays. We're going to be at the Barclays this afternoon. Talk a little bit about some stuff there. But yeah, your activity level as a new person, okay, when you're blind and you're just excited, has to be at a certain rate, and it has to be consistent. Consistency is going to be the key to the success of the new person. The struggle person needs to get locked in, okay? So new person, keyword for new person. If I'm new, consistency. I gotta stay consistent. I gotta make sure I'm doing the right things. Income generating activities, I gotta get it right. The struggle person, if things are not moving, the struggle person, I'm telling you right now, the real thing for them is they've really got to make a couple adjustments there, a couple changes. Get those adjustments put in place. I think if they do that, they'll be fine. So anyway, so the reason why I'm sharing that with you is that I spoke to two people today, and both of them, I'm ready to go. The struggle one's not ready to go. The struggle one's not going nowhere, okay? Because they're not changing anything. They don't have a calendar that's going nowhere, okay? That's a struggle person. But that new person, you know, they can end up not going anywhere either, because the new person, if they don't know they have to be consistent and continue that every day, you know, because they fall into that lie that it's okay for them to do nothing. It's okay for them to, you know, kind of take their time. Then the struggle is real. The struggle is real. All right. So I just want to make sure that y'all understand what's going down out in these streets. So yeah. So tonight, we're going to be back at the Barclays, 6:15. The Cavs are playing the Nets. I will be there. I got to get there at 6 o'clock. I think 6:15, 6:20. I don't know. I got to figure that out. Me and the wife are going to get down there. And like I said, when we get to the court, and I don't know what we're doing. Probably just hanging out, watching everybody warm up. I don't know. I'll go live for some of you guys to see some of that. I think we're going to do the buffet too. I think there's a buffet for us today. So you guys can come take a look at the buffet. Tell me if you like the buffet, okay? And go from there. But like I said, the struggle, they got to make some changes. And like I said, if you